Hello, my name is Sabadi, also known as BJ, and I am the president of Brothers Rugby League Football Club Cairns in 2024 season. I've been the president for the juniors since 2021, and until this year, our clubs have now merged into one. So we have the juniors and the seniors now together, and we are now one club for our very first season as one club. And we are looking forward to a new step ahead into our journey in Rugby League in Cairns. We're now bringing back the weekly wrap for Brothers Cairns, and we'll be reviewing some of the games that's happened with our little under sixes all the way through to the under 17s and the juniors, and then our men's from the under 19s, the reserve grade and A grade, how they went on the weekend. So our juniors started off on Saturday up in Mareeba. So we all caught the bus very early in the morning from 6:30. We headed up the hill to play against Mareeba Gladiators and Edmonton Storms. Under sixes have their very first game, coached by Isaiah and Will. So Yaya is our A grade centre and two-time premiership winning centre there. So he's now doing his first year coaching his son in the under sixes, and those little fish, they look like they were ready to go, and they were keen for their very first game of league tag. So we welcome all those players and all those families to our club this year, to our new coaching staff and volunteers as well. So that was their first experience of game day and how that looked like, and then running their team and ensuring everybody has lots of fun and lots of game time. Competitive age groups from under 13s to under 17s also competed on the day. So our under 13s, coached by our Vice President, Sonny Samuel, they went pretty well. They are short on numbers so far, but all the boys turned up, and they gave it their all for their club and for each other. So, commend those boys there for, playing the top two sides there. Their opposition had some size over them, but, the boys really played their hearts out for their first hit at, for our club. And their first time also playing competitive rugby league. Our under 14s, coached by Jason Daniels, for his first year with the boys. So our under 13 grand finals last year, they've got some new players to the club as well, and them finding their feet and their combinations. And I've really liked watching this team over the last few years, and their ability to move the ball around and play as a team in attack and defence. So looking forward to seeing what those boys and Jason can come up with and produce this year. That'll be a great thing to watch as well. And then our under 15s, which I coach, this year, just from our first trial, showed a vast improvement in our defence and our attack. So with just a few weeks of pre-season under the belt, and some boys of our under 15s have joined the A grade and reserve grade men in their pre-season. So you could see that really help and benefit them within their game as well in their first hit out for the club. So really excited to see those boys keep bringing their game up and onto that next level as they get up through the grades. It certainly steps up another notch in another gear. So excited again to see those boys, how they progress throughout the year. When that being only their first game, things are looking really good for them. So they just got to keep putting in that hard work, and they will turn a few heads this year. So the last game of the day was by our under 17s. So this is the first year in the FNQRL juniors that we having under 17s. It's come back into the league. And this year they're coached by Greg Summers and Stephen Lucina and Kerry Lucina as well as their manager. So those boys have been, and they do, train along with the under-19s in the men's every Tuesday and Thursday nights. So they've been pretty much been a part of the men's pre-season since they started, and that's what we wanted them to still feel like and still be a part of that older age group. And you know, for their first showing and going up against Mareeba in last year's grand finalist winners, I think we did pretty good, and that you know, being our first game and also having a few of our under-16s to step up and help them out was you know, a really good club spirit that the boys showed there. So really commend those boys for doing that, and then our under-17s you know, doing their best you know, within the trial. So a lot of positives to take out of it, and then it's a trial game, so we'll see what we need to work on, and no doubt Greg and Steve will have the boys you know, in good shape for the rest of the season, and hopefully get them going back to the big dance to against Mareeba again, and yeah, getting one better this year. So the following day on Sunday, we saw round one kickoff as we travelled down to Tully, the Golden Boot capital of Australia. Our first game of the day was our Better Electrical under-19s, and again another change within the format of the age groups, under-19s for the first time this year. So our under-19s coached by Callan. Callan, his first year with the club, and you know, they again, our under-17 boys you know, showed good club spirit and stepped up and played up in that age group as well for the team to show their support and to gain some experience playing up as well with the men's. So I commend those boys for doing that. Well done. It's a good experience for you to take and also learn from as well and develop your footy. So well done, you know, for our boys for making it down there and having your first round and representing a lot of boys there, their first time for the club as well. So they didn't get up, but you know, it's the start of the season, and we know the boys will bounce back from it, and Callan will put the boys up in a good shape for the remainder of the season, and no doubt be competitive for the rest of the year. So our second game was our Mr. Minute reserve grade, and those boys went down again with a few new faces to the club for the first time, and always a tough game in Tully. They seem to be always pretty strong when they're home. They don't have to drive a few hours to get to a footy game. So we knew it was going to be a tough assignment, and being our first game of the year, and our boys putting in their combination shape and team that for the year. So unfortunately they went down. So they're captain and coach again this year by Luke Fleming. So we know Flemo will have the boys raring to go for another, being again a top competitive team within the comp for 2024. For our NQ Petro A grade, boys came off a good pre-season hit out in their first against Northern Pride and Townsville Blackhawks, and then the weekend prior to our round one, we went down to Townsville and had a good game and win down there against Townsville Brothers. So backing off that, a week later in our round one, gonna be a tough assignment to go down to Tully, and we know that they recruited well in the off season and definitely bolstered their forwards and their backs. We knew that they will be looking a lot stronger this season. Our boys, with the help of Pride boys allocated to our club and coming back, Nella, Joey and Crampy, you know, added that bit of muscle up front to help our boys. And again with Geordie being captain coach and, you know, leading the boys around the park, and also getting a remarkable runaway try, a good footy brain would have seen. You know, no markers in place, and yeah, ran away for a great try there to kick off what was the first try for us this season. So a very wet game again. Boys showed good discipline and good ball handling skills to hold on and to also pile some points on rough and tough Tully outfit there. So our boys really dug deep. They had to fight to the very end in the last few seconds, and very fortunate to come away with a round one win to set up our mission to a three-peat and our title defence. So we also got to see debut for our club in round one, our import from England, young James Evans, so the 19-year-old. He played well in the centres and came away with 3 tries on debut. A special a game for him, and something no doubt he'll remember, and all of us as well. He's done really well in the pre-season training and also with the trial games. So there's no doubt that Geordie had to test him within the first round and see how he went, and no doubt he delivered and played really well on that edge there. So with round one done, and also the first pre-season trials for the juniors, the next weekend now, our juniors will go on and play another trials in Edmonton against Edmonton, from the under-6s up to the under-15s. And then we'll see our seniors' first home game against Southern Suburbs Cockatoos at Jones Park. With our home grounds now under redevelopment, all our home grounds this season will all take place at Jones Park. So we hope to see you all there. Wear your blue and white, come cheer on the fish, up the fish.